Well, a very good afternoon from Phuket, and I hope this video finds everybody well around the world, and of course all the people that watch and subscribe to my channel. Now, today's video is not going to be too long. We have had some developments happen over the course of the last couple of days since my last video, which I'm going to go through in a moment. But of course, first of all, I want to go through the figures over here in Thailand. So that's where I'm going to start. And these are actually right up to date as of the 2nd of April. I've literally had a few updates come through in the last 20 minutes that have brought the figures for today up to just after lunchtime. I think it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, so these figures are as accurate as I can get. For the whole of Thailand, we have now 1,875 reported cases. Unfortunately, the death count has gone up, and that now stands at 15. Now, I have got some recovered figures, but these are not right up to date to today. These were standing as of yesterday, which was the 1st of April. 505 people have now recovered from the virus. Now, in Phuket, we have a total, as of today, the 2nd of April, 87 cases in Phuket. There was an increase yesterday of 6 cases, which stood at 75. So again, we've had an increase today. Okay, let's now go over the situation in Phuket and of course in Thailand. I can now confirm that the airport is going to close on the 10th of April. So of course, if you are here in Phuket, you are stuck here at the moment, you are trying to leave the island, you need to do this ASAP, as soon as possible, because the airport is now going to close on the 10th of April. That has now been confirmed. The other day I didn't confirm it. I said that there was talk of it closing on the 10th of April, but it has now been confirmed in various media outlets. The Governor's office has given the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand notice that he wishes to close the airport, and there is a 7-day, apparently what it's been reported, there is a 7-day waiting period. They can't just close the airport overnight, they have to give 7 days notice. That has now been given, so the airport is due to close on the 10th of April. Now, looking at airlines generally, not only in Phuket but over Thailand overall, a lot of airlines are now grounding their fleet for both domestic and international flights. So it's going to become more and more difficult to get flights out of Thailand. So my best advice would be do this as soon as possible. Okay, now the other thing that I would like to mention, Patong has become an area for concern. A lot of the new cases here in Phuket have been being confirmed, should I say, in the Patong area, and this is mainly around Bangla Road. So obviously this area is for concern. The Governor of Phuket has strongly urged now people to stay at home, stay indoors where possible. Of course, this affects the whole of Phuket, not just Patong, but of course in Patong the urgency for people to stay indoors is more so. There is no mandatory curfew in place in Patong at the moment. However, as I've said, there is a strong urgency now for people to stay indoors, especially in the Patong area. They are making arrangements for people to go around checking on vulnerable people, food deliveries, etc. But they are strongly urging people to stay indoors. Now, why I'm talking about this matter, I want to share with you these are my personal feelings on what I see that's going on around me. Now, I'm tending to stay at home as much as possible. As I mentioned before, I'm only going out to take Shadow a walk, which is only just across the road, and obviously when we need food supplies, we have to go out and buy the necessary food. But apart from this, we are not going out. We are trying to stay in as much as possible to try and help curb the spread of this. However, I am disappointed on the amount of people I am seeing going out. There has been talk, and I can't confirm this as only one media outlet has reported this, that the Governor's office in Phuket has requested and made it mandatory for all people going out in the Phuket area to wear masks. Now again, I'm going to stress, I cannot confirm that this is mandatory. It is on one of the media outlets here in Phuket, but only one has reported it. But I have to say, I'm very, very disappointed on the amount of people that I see out Driving past my business every day, this road is as busy now as it was a few weeks ago. I have not seen any downturn in traffic. There is a constant flow all day long of traffic passing my premises, and this is not a main road. I must stress this. This is a secondary road. This is not a main road, but there is a constant flow of people going up and down this road. And I would say a good percentage of those people, not everybody, but a good percentage are not wearing face masks. Now, of course, if it is mandatory, how they're going to enforce it, I don't know, because it's difficult to enforce. It's law to wear a helmet. But again, I see many people not wearing helmets. So again, it's very difficult to enforce all the time. Whether people are going to do it, it's down to the personal individual's choice. So that makes it difficult. But I would have thought that most people, when they go out, it is common sense now to take some simple precautions. Again, I've talked about this before. I know the controversy over the face masks, and I understand that it may not give you full protection against the virus. However, I think anything that we can do to take simple precautions such as hand gels, wipes, face masks is going to help. I'm sure of that. It's going to help in some way. Because of course, if you're out in a public space and you cough and that cough is going into the atmosphere, if you don't have a mask on and there's somebody standing right next to you, which again shouldn't be happening because there should be social distancing, but again people aren't practicing social distancing either, then if you've got a mask it's going to catch that. If you haven't, then it's not. So I do personally wear a mask whenever I go out, even when we're taking the dog a walk, Shadow, and we're walking in an area where there are very few people, if any at all. But I still wear it just so it's practice, so that when I go out food shopping, it just becomes habit to put the mask on. We take hand wipes, gels, as I mentioned. So this is just something personally that I tend to do. And I wish I could see more people doing it and taking it more seriously. The problem I think we have is a lot of people don't take the situation seriously enough until it's too late. At the moment, the numbers in Thailand are steady. We have seen a very slight reduction in today's numbers from the last couple of days, which is a good sign, but this is no time to become complacent and start to think that we've seen the worst of it, because I don't think we have. So again, we actually need to do more to bring those numbers down, because honestly I want to see those numbers falling every day, not going up or staying the same, because this is people's lives that we're talking about now, not just infections of people, new cases, but of course deaths. And we have seen a rise over the last week of deaths, not great jumps and bounds, but we are seeing the death count rise, which is concerning. I'm following the situation worldwide, particularly in England, and my thoughts are with the British people at the moment, because of course I have family over there, and I see that England yesterday had a very large rise of 580, nearly 600 cases over there. I think it was 587 or 86, which is very concerning from the day before, which was 200. So obviously that's quite a substantial jump. So my thoughts are with my family. I'm concerned obviously about their health. My sister has told me my nephew isn't very well at the moment, so I do have a concern there. We're not sure what's wrong with him, so of course my thoughts are with them at the moment. But going back to Thailand, obviously generally I'm looking around seeing the habits of what people are doing. Our business is closed because we've been instructed to be closed by the government, and we are doing that, but there are businesses near me that are still operating. My personal opinion is some of these businesses I feel are unnecessary to be open. They're not crucial businesses that we need to be open, but that choice doesn't come down to me. A lot of places are operating normally. One concern I have is there is a business 2 doors away from me, which is a patisserie business. They sell mainly cakes, and I am amazed at the amount of people that are willing to go out every day to buy cakes. I do feel that these type of businesses are encouraging people to go and make unnecessary journeys, because I don't feel a slice of cake is certainly worth your life, or certainly falling ill over. I'm amazed at the amount of people that are visiting this business that are not wearing masks. I would have thought the business would have a sign on the door saying please on entry have a mask on. To me this is good common sense. These are just observations that I'm personally noticing, I sort of take my video camera with me when I'm going to the supermarket just to video what's going on, so I can overlay that on the video so you can see. And it's concerning what I'm seeing on the roads. There's construction companies that are still open and building, and these construction companies have workers that go in on the back of either pickup trucks or lorries, medium-sized lorries, and there's maybe 5, 10, 15 people all crammed into these pickup trucks or lorries, and a vast majority of them, I have to say, again, are not wearing face masks. They're sitting right next to each other. They're not practicing any social distancing. A very difficult situation over here, but it's also a very worrying situation. Okay, now I'm going to go back to some of the things that I want to cover. It has been announced late yesterday afternoon, early evening, that all 24-hour convenience stores such as mini marts, supermarkets that open 24 hours now in Phuket need to close from 8 p.m. until 3 a.m. and I also understand this has come into effect in Bangkok as well. They have slightly tighter restrictions on the stores there. I don't know all the details, but here in Phuket they are asking now for all stores, 24-hour convenience stores, to close from 8 p.m. till 3 a.m. Also, motorbike rental shops are now to be closed. None of those should be open. Again, I don't see the necessity in having these type businesses open even before this point, because people who are looking to rent a car or a motorbike are intending to move around, and I don't see what the point is when the government are asking people to stay at home and not move around. Now, as I've mentioned, a lot of the Thai airlines are now starting to ground their fleet, if not already grounded, so flights are going to become more and more difficult to get hold of. If you need to leave Thailand, you really need to be looking at doing it right now. Well, that just leaves me to say that I now personally feel that we in Thailand are now in a waiting period where we need to see what's happening over the next few weeks with the figures, whether they're going to start to rise up substantially or whether they're going to stay the same and hopefully decline. So that's where the situation is here in Thailand now, this waiting period to see which way these figures are going to go. And then, of course, if the figures should start to rise up, then of course the government are going to take more measures. That brings me now up to date. So I would like to wish everybody all the best. I thank all the comments again on the last few of my videos. Some great comments in there. Please feel free to leave a comment or a question, and I will get back to the comments and questions that I feel relevant. There are some people leaving comments in the comment section that still stagger me really, because they are not taking the situation seriously enough and sort of dismissing it. Well, if that's the sort of attitude of some of the people, then I wish them all the best, and hopefully they won't catch the virus. So that leaves me just to say, take care, stay safe, and until next time, I'll catch you on the next one.